For this reason, we constantly thank God that when you received the word of God, which you heard from us, you accepted it, not as the word of man, but for what it really is, the word of God, which also performs its work in you who believe. Hello and welcome once again. The Bible truly is the Word of God. It's made up of two main sections, the Old Testament and the New Testament. The Old Testament was written largely for Jews. The New Testament is written for us Christians. It's been said that the Old Testament was written for our learning. The New Testament was written for our law. Today, we're going to be looking at the library of the Bible. It's made up of 66 books, 39 books in the Old Testament, and 27 books in the New Testament. We're going to be focusing in on the Old Testament and just recognize how it's organized, because like any library, it's organized. It's organized into 5 main sections: law with 5 books, history with 12 books, poetry with 5 books, and then we have 2 divisions of prophecy: the major prophets containing 5 books and the minor prophets containing 12 books. So let us have a look at it. The first 5 books, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, are telling us the story from the beginning, literally from when God created the heavens and the earth, till the time when God took the children of Israel out of Egypt and brought them to the promised land. And in it we have the laws that God gave the Jewish nation. That's why it's called the Book of the Laws. Then we get into the books of history, and these go all the way from Joshua to Esther. And they deal with the times from when God took the children of Israel into the promised land, and through the time of the judges, to the times of the joint kingdom, to the divided kingdom, and then it goes all the way through to the time of when they were carried away in captivity into Babylon. The next section of books that we have are the books of prophecy. The books of Job, Proverbs, Psalms, Ecclesiastes, and the Song of Solomon. These are called the books of prophecy because largely they are Jewish Hebrew prophecy. Now, rather than following a scheme of rhyming words, they have more of a rhyme of thoughts that they have there. And we also know them as the books of wisdom. Then we get into the last 2 sections, which are really the sections of the prophecies. We have the major prophets and the minor prophets. The major prophets are Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. This is differentiated from the minor prophets, not because that these first 5 are more important, but just because they are longer in nature. The minor prophets, the last 12 books of the Bible, cover a vast array of time. And these books are generally smaller in their length. But altogether they form a whole, a unit that we know as the Old Testament. And we can gain a great deal from it. We can learn about how God created the beauty all around us. We can learn how we as humans were created. We can learn about sin and how God feels about it, and how He has given us instructions in His law in how to obey it. We can learn a great deal, and we can see the main theme throughout the entire Old Testament was the coming of the Messiah. Right from the beginning, in the book of Genesis, it talks about the coming one. All the way through, from beginning to end, it's pointing to Jesus. And that, of course, has its fruition, and we have our readings from it found in the New Testament. Well, thank you very much for your time today. We hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, please send them to us right in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye for now.